Hi, Gemini. How are you guys? Happy New Year. Happy January. Hope all you guys are doing well. If you like my videos and you want to keep on seeing them, please hit that subscribe button. It helps my channel. Please hit that like button. I appreciate it. If you're interested in a personal reading for your new year, please see the description below. It has all the information needed on personal readings. All right, let's go ahead and see what your key card is for the month of January. Seven of Cups. It says, I am the dream of possibilities. I'm excited to explore and examine them all, knowing that some will be the seeds of reality and others may not. I embrace them and then move towards releasing the ones that will hold me back. I use those that serve me to reach greater fulfillment in my life. Yeah, Gemini, uh, nothing like a new year to, help you guys discern different options that are good for you versus the ones that aren't so realistic, so that you can, uh, gain higher perspective, on where you want to go. I do feel like you guys have some options presenting themselves, but it's really about taking a look at things, at options that are realistic versus fantasizing about things that are a little bit more unrealistic and they're not going to really lead anywhere productive. And are you willing to be realistic in the month of January, Gemini? We'll take a look at your other cards here and see what we come up with. But there is definitely a fantasy type of thing with the Seven of Cups, where it's like there's all these things and opportunities and different directions that you're thinking about, but some of them are just pure pipe dream, when it comes down to it, and other ones are very actually lucrative things that you can do. All right, let's take a look at your cards. We have the Seven of Rods. This is standing up for yourself, standing up for your ideals, your beliefs, against any adversaries or naysayers. And then underneath that, you have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is very clear about what he wants to do. He has a plan, he has a direction, he's going to cut through all the shit, and he's going to get right down to it. Wow. The Emperor. You guys are definitely taking control in the month of January. There is something that you're wanting out of life. There's a certain direction you want to go, and this is your kingdom, Gemini. It's your kingdom. You're the boss of it. You're the one who calls the shots, and you're not going to have anyone telling you what you can and can't do, where you can and can't go. And you're very single vision this month. You're very direct. You know exactly what you want. You're going to cut through all the bullshit. Anything that anybody tries to throw at you, you're just going to cut it right through. Wow. You guys are in your element in the month of January, Gemini. You have the Ace of Swords, so this is clarification coming in. And again, the Knight of Swords with the Ace of Swords, you guys know exactly that when this opportunity presents itself and everything becomes clear, you guys, nothing's going to stop you. Wow, amazing. And then you have the Four of Swords. You have a lot of swords so far in your reading, Gemini, which is, it represents Gemini. It's all about air, right? It's all about mental and everything. And I feel like you guys are, and in part of January, at least, taking a little bit of break and a respite from it, right? You guys, obviously, it looks like, are kind of full steam ahead, and having to deal with this kind of energy and stand up against peoples or situations that are trying to hold you back and trying to deter you. As much as you guys have the drive and the ambition to handle that, it's also exhausting at the same time. So there might be some need in the month of January, Gemini, to take some time out and rest and reflect and just recoup a little bit. All right. Sometimes this card can be about getting over ailments or sickness. It could also be about meditation, quiet time to yourself to reflect, and it's about rest and reflection and relaxation. It's like locking the door, right? like he's in a room, And he just locks the door and says, nope, I'm taking some quiet time out. I'm taking some time out from all of you people, right, that are giving me hell. I'm taking some time out away from it. Yeah. And right underneath that, you have the major arcana, the Hierophant. So you guys are taking some quiet time out to really reflect on the higher purpose, on your higher purpose, right? The Hierophant card represents spirituality. And it's kind of like the go-between Earth and the higher up, right? And so it is inner reflection, spirituality, prayer, really looking towards, even could be even like representing a mentor who has some higher knowledge than you do. But because of the fact that this is right in front of it, I think that you guys are going to be seeking your own counsel. I think that you guys are going to be seeking your own counsel in the month of January. You've got all the answers you need. You just need to take time out to get back in touch with that you're with your spirituality, with your higher purpose. Because it takes that. This is that type of energy, Gemini, is exactly what the Emperor has to do on a pretty normal basis, because this is somebody who has control over his domain. Not only is he in control of his own actions, but he has to worry about how those actions affect other people in his life, right? He's got a kingdom to run. It's not just about his little world, it's about how everything works together, right? And so he's got to take time out to reflect within himself and regain that perspective and that spiritual grounding, right? Because it's more than just about what goes down on here on planet Earth. Okay, there's a higher perspective, there's a higher purpose, there's a higher reason for it. And in order for us to have that kind of drive in our lives, in order for us to be the Knight of Swords and be clear and ready for battle, we have to have connection to that higher purpose. We have to maintain that type of mentality that there is a bigger reason for all of this, right? Because otherwise, if we don't, we get stuck in this energy, right? This is very, very much earth energy, and the constant little petty arguments and conflicts and battles can really bring you down and take all of your energy out. So it's important that you take time out to reflect and say, okay, wait a second. What is it I'm trying to do here? What is the purpose of all of this again? Right? What is it that I'm trying to achieve, that I'm trying to accomplish? And when you take that time off and you take that time out, Gemini, to gain that higher perspective and to get back in touch with your spiritual purpose and the reason for it all, that's when you have that clarity. That's when it comes in. All right. That's when, with your key card being the Seven of Cups, and having this energy of, all these options, and some of them, with it being a Cups card, are very emotionally driven, right? So some of them are fantasies like, oh, wouldn't it be great if, this happened or that happened, and I could create this in my little kingdom, and all of this would be perfect, and I wouldn't have any naysayers anymore or any problems, and I wouldn't have to deal with any of that, right? And then there's the other cups that say, you know what, this is an option for you if you want to pursue it, and this is more realistic than the fantasy land that you. But it's getting back to that clarity. That's really what it's about in the month of January for you guys, is getting back in touch with that purpose and that initiation and the reason for that drive and the reason, and then it allows you to be able to bring that power back in, to be able to cut through the quick. Anything else is a distraction, right? And that's kind of what you're encountering. You're encountering some distractions in the month of January. And you guys have the initiative, you have the drive, and you're going to get the clarity that you need in order to be able to just cut right through and progress and just cut out any kind of sideline bullshit stuff that is not essential. Yeah. Why? Because you guys have the Three of Rods, right? You're waiting for your ships to come in. You are looking towards the horizon and looking towards the future, ready to head out, and have the initiative of the Knight of Swords to be able to head out in the right direction. All right, you're just kind of standing waiting for these things to happen, to come through. And that's why you need to have that, that time out to rest and reflect this month. I think it's pretty essential for you guys to get back in touch with the purpose of it all. And when you get back in touch with the purpose of it all and the primary reason for it all, that's when you'll have that forward momentum. That's when you'll be able to move past any obstacles that you have, is when you reconnect to that. Because everything else is just a distraction. All these other little things that are coming in, in and out, or, people saying certain things, or, certain options coming, are just a distraction. And you don't need to be distracted this month. You really don't, because you really do have that forward momentum where you can really control the outcome of what happens in your life. But you've got to reconnect to the purpose behind it all. All right. I'm going to pull you guys a postcard from Spirit advice card. We'll see what we come up with. Gemini, January. There it is. 2021. Dearest you, a rigid tree branch breaks under strong winds, yet flexible seaweed survives powerful ocean swells. Right now, we gently remind you that being flexible is a good choice when faced with life's challenges. Surrender your fixed ideas to Spirit, who knows what is in your highest good and can deliver you to what you need in the appropriate form. In this moment, rather than fighting or being too sure of your way, working out, be a little looser and allow for another outcome. Compromise can be the best way forward if you are to learn new ways of doing and seeing. Stay aware, curious, and teachable. Take life on life's terms. Your purpose may push you in a direction not on your map. Let it. Be so flexible that no storm can uproot you. In the end, you will still be rooted in the world in abundance, and you will indeed experience the beauty that is yours. We love you so much. Wow. That's an interesting advice card, Gemini, because you know what? There's these cards are not flexible. These are not flexible. These are like, no, I know what's up. Like, it's my way or the highway, So interesting enough, and then you have this card again with conflict coming in with, people trying to say no, but it kind of makes sense with your key card being the Seven of Cups with all these different options, whether if they're really true, or if they hold a foundation, or if they're really right, these options. So in essence, in January, Gemini, you're being asked to be not so set into your original version of what you might have planned. And that's where you have the Seven of Cups in, where you have different options coming in that you didn't consider before, right? It might lead you in a different direction, but I do feel like that once you take that time out and you can reconnect with yourself and your purpose, then you will get the clarification you need to make a decision. And once that happens, you're full speed ahead and nothing can stop you. But yeah, you are required to be a little bit flexible this month. There are different things coming in with the Seven of Cups, different options coming in that you hadn't considered before. Again, I can't say it enough for you guys in the month of January. Please take time out to reflect to yourself and to actually really take the time to think about things. And then you're going to get that clarity to be able to proceed. All right, Gemini, I love you guys so much. Mwah. See you next time.